Okay, all right. Uh, where do we begin? So I recently came into possession of this thing, which looks a lot less impressive than it should because this is actually a Play Inc. Trinity. Now, very few people are going to know what that is, but if you do know, you know. It's, how to put this in the simplest terms possible. Okay, so my understanding is that back in like 1994, after the Amiga died, newtek, makers of the Amiga video toaster, had a falling out with half of their management claiming that the future was in hardware-based solutions, and the other half claiming it was in software. I actually have both here. This is my, well, sort of. This is the Video Toaster NT. Cards in there somewhere. And this was supposed to be newtek's successor to the Amiga Video Toaster. Not this, but that, just the card. It took them almost a decade to get it to market. It was kind of ridiculous. Whole story there. Anyway, so the other half of the management went off and formed Play Inc., produced almost nothing of value, kept promising and promising and promising they were going to make this revolutionary new way of doing video editing. Finally delivered it. It's this guy, the Trinity. It's absolutely enormous. It uses all these custom cards. It's all bespoke. It's massive overkill, completely unnecessary. When newtek got the new Video Toaster NT actually working, like a year after this came out, I think, like 2002, it blew it straight out of the water, built into just a normal PC like that. No big deal. Super, super disappointing device. This thing started at like $7,000, and by the time you got to the loadout I had here, I think you're looking at like 40 or 50,000. So there's a bunch of SCSI drives in the front. It's not PC based, to be clear. There's no PC in here whatsoever. You're looking at the whole thing, and it's all proprietary cards, like Motorola 68000s and DSPs and stuff like that. And then this card here connects to an interface board in your PC. This is called the Videonet card. And this is just a basically a high-speed serial link, as far as I can tell. It's got another Motorola 68030 on it, Natch. All very, very expensive, all a huge disappointment. Never worked very well. People hated them. Few people didn't. Most people did, from what I understand. Most people felt screwed. Anyway, the important thing is I've never seen one, and I certainly, well, there's one on eBay, but somebody wants way too much for it. It probably doesn't work, because to wit, this one doesn't. I recently got this from a friend, and it won't go. Like, it sort of goes. I can get a little bit out of it. Sorry, let me fill in a little bit of details here. So after Play Inc. failed, and they did fail, and then the CEO died, he just had like a heart attack, and everybody just left and went back to newtek. It got sold off to a company called Global Streams, who decided to take the name it already had, Globecaster, for one of its features, and just made it the name of the whole thing. So this is a Trinity that's been upgraded to a Globecaster, as pretty much all of them were. And it should do all the same things, it just has a different name on it. The trouble is, it doesn't go. I would really love for it to go, but it doesn't go. So as you can see, this thing is talking to it. It took me a bit to get it to talk. I had the wrong cables at first. It gets upset if you use RG58, wrong impedance. But I hooked it up, so we've got, this is the coordinator board. That's this board here. That's the CPU, basically. And it says it's got the 2003 era firmware on it, which I think is, I think that's like version 2.8, I want to say, but I'm not sure. The memory checks out okay, and we've got all these cards. So we've got 5 composite S-video input boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Then we have a preview encoder and a composite encoder. That's this one and this one. So that's for your preview monitor, and this is for your actual final output. You'll notice that it doesn't do SDI. Quite disappointing. I can't remember if the Video Toaster did at this point. I think it did. 8-bit router, that's, I think that's that card, I want to say. Just basically connects everything together. Sort of a communication controller. Then we have a frame store and a clip grab. It's 2 cards here and here. I don't know exactly what the clip grab does, but obviously a frame store is a frame store that stores a single frame of video. Obviously an important thing. Then there's the TDM audio router. I don't know where that lives. I don't know if this is a Globecaster upgrade. I don't know if this is literally an actual piece of equipment or if that's just like a firmware thing. Nor do I know if BAS audio mixer is. I suspect that they are, though, because this 8-bit router card here has some cables on it, and they descend down into the chassis. So I'm guessing that there's actually more boards down here, because this is the audio mixer, and there's got to be something down here controlling it. I don't see it up there, so I'm going to go ahead and assume there's more boards down there. But all those seem to work. Like, they're showing up here, they're responding, but you notice there's this largest memory available thing here. If I click on switcher, it says that it should have 16 megs, but that the largest chunk available is failure. This is one of those devices where if anything went wrong, the manual's troubleshooting section just said to call them. So, womp womp. There's no information about it online. Nobody talked about it on the forums. Nobody talked, well, except to say they hated it. Nobody talked about it on Usenet other than to say, oh, does anybody know about this thing? Or I think, like, do you want to buy this thing? Which nobody ever did. So there's just no information. I'm completely on my own, and I'm hoping that somebody out there knows or knows somebody who knows what the hell's going on here. I did try some troubleshooting. My first thought was, okay, we're getting a memory error. Let's pull the memory. Well, as you can see, I've got sticks here. I've been trying different memory sticks in it, and they're different sizes, but it seems to detect them correctly. And every single time it just says OXE8000002, and that's it. That's all I got. So I have no idea what's wrong. Now, if I fried this card, as you can see from the proprietary chips everywhere, if I fried this card, like, I'm screwed. My only real solution is to get another card. And if anybody out there has one with spare parts, you know, maybe that's something. Or if you have any idea what I should be doing to heal this thing, you know anybody I can talk to, etc., let me know. And I'll be eternally grateful, because otherwise I don't think I'm ever going to get it working. I'm just going to have to find a new home for it. Anyway, thanks for watching.